It's Friday the 13th. We're back talking AEW All Out and Dynamite. And diplomacy has failed. Ringside Renaissance chooses war. Get ready for the shockwave, baby. Hey, yo, Jesse, hit the music.
You are now listening to the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of Ringside Renaissance. We're here with the RRW Weekly Review and All Out Review for AEW. AEW. Yeah, we're talking All Out. We're talking Dynamite. All the good stuff. What's poppin', Jesse? How you doing this morning?
I am doing grand, a grand slam, as some people call it. I've got my plastic bag here. I've got I don't have a needle.
Oh, Lord.
Cinder block. We are ready to roll.
Yeah, you already know. That's pretty deadly, Jesse. Okay, and I'm Andrew. Kombat Jones. Yeah, click, clack. We bringing plastic bags today. All on the head of these motherfuckers. Yeah. Yeah, that's what's up. Oh, and we got a special shout out, huh?
Oh, do we now?
Oh, we got a special shout out. Yeah.
Oh man, the biggest, and Kombat Jones, the biggest fan of this man, and
I am. Yes. See, I guess the beef is squash, though, from what I've heard, and then the beef is squash with Eminem. So, I guess we're cool now. Yeah. So, without further ado,
shout out Ringside Renaissance. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, one more time.
Shout out Ringside Renaissance. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Shout out Ringside Renaissance. Fuck yeah.
All right. Yeah. That's
to
what's
all
up.
To all of our Juggalo fans out there, that was Shaggy Too Dope.
Yeah, shout out. Yeah, shout out to the Juggalos. Shout out to the Juggalos. Like I said, it's Friday the 13th, and something's going on here on the computer.
No.
This is weird.
You okay?
Oh my God. No. That's poison.
What the hell?
That's poison. Don't drink that. Don't drink it. Oh, okay.
Hello? What is this? God damn it.
What the heck was that again? I assume it's them hacking our podcast again.
I thought they only stayed on one brand.
It looks like a whole new character. I don't know. That damn bunny rabbit. I mean, this is AEW. Listen, we didn't even say your name, so you're going to have to leave it to the other episodes, but people, make sure you tune in to the WWE episodes, because obviously anything can happen. Hack our podcast. It's in very bad taste now, and hold this very dear to our hearts. So
that damn blasphemous bunny.
Yeah.
What are we? God damn.
They just want to criticize us.
Because we don't know the story. We don't understand.
Yeah, I don't get it.
We just don't get it. If someone could explain the whole thing to us, because, obviously we just don't get it. We're caught in old school. And
yeah. Anyways, it's Friday the 13th, like I said. Jesus. I mean, you never know what's going to happen, but we're talking AEW All Out. Yeah. And All Out was, they tried to go all out. I'll give them that.
They sure did.
Yeah.
All Out should have been on Friday the 13th, because it was scary, that's for sure.
In Chicago. lots of controversy, lots of people talking about it. You know, we're a few days late talking about it, so we're gonna graze over it a little bit, give our honest opinion on it. But
Cut us some slack. We have lives.
yeah. We're gonna talk Dynamite too, so stick around. But the first match was MJF and Daniel Garcia, the dynamic dick. And I don't know if he really hit the dynamic dick this time. Not really at all, right? Maybe at the end.
He was all business.
He was all business, yeah. It definitely seemed like a match to put Daniel Garcia over.
Agreed.
Yeah. Wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad in context. Yeah. For me, it wasn't bad in context as a wrestling match, but
right.
What are we doing? MJF just signed this big deal. He bet on himself. It's a nice shirt you got there, Combat Jones. You bet on yourself.
Thank you.
But the whole build up and lead up of MJF been out for a while, and then to have him come back and feud with Daniel Garcia. And I'm sorry, I understand there's people that love Daniel Garcia. He's not a main event talent in my eyes.
Yeah.
To have this competitive in any way was and I heard there was rumblings of rumors that originally it was intended for Garcia to go over in this match.
Oh, and what? MJF was throwing a bitch fit backstage, or his woman was?
I don't know the details. I don't know the details, but I just heard somewhere that Daniel Garcia was originally supposed to go over.
Oh, okay. And yeah, he pretty much did. And then MJF hit him with a low blow, right?
Yeah.
Then rolled him up, which was kind of like a little bit of a flat ending, how they did it. Yeah. I wasn't mad at what they did, though, and the way that they did it. It made sense for being able to kind of put both people over, because Daniel Garcia was able to get his revenge at the end and pile drive, or no. What do you do?
Yeah, it was a pile driver off the
rope. Off the rope. Yeah. Screwed Max's neck all up, and Max was nowhere to be found on Dynamite either. So Danny Boy did what he came to do, and the crowd gave him the love for it. Yeah.
But this feud's got to continue now. That's what I don't get, is why is this feud going to continue?
Right, and if they're putting Danny over, where's he going to go for now from here?
Yeah, and MJF just came back from an injury and a long time off, and he's taking time off again.
Yeah.
I don't fully agree with it. It is what it is. It's, like I said, in the context of just a plain wrestling match, it was fine, but I don't see where they're going story-wise. I don't really.
Do you think they're going to go to Wrestle Dream? They're going to face it in October, go against each other again?
Yeah, but then in that instance, Daniel would have to get the win back, right? And then have to just keep continuing it.
I don't know.
Let us know in the comments if you want this feud to continue, because I sure don't.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not sure what I want for either of them. I don't know.
I want MJF to be in the main event picture. What are we doing keeping him on opening matches? And I don't know. There's
a lot going on. A lot of players going on right now. So
yeah, but are they successful money players? Like, everybody's seen All Out. So you think about it, the four biggest draws in AEW right now are who? Ospreay, MJF, Swerve, and Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
So, and after this pay-per-view, they've taken 3 out of the 4 out, saying, they're going to be out for a while, or multiple weeks, or
they're putting different people in it and going in different directions, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we had the tag team championship, the Young Bucks against Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Utah.
That was like my bathroom match.
Agreed.
Yeah. I was not paying attention. You knew what was going to happen. The Bucks were going to win, I guess what they did with having Wheeler and Claudio, have a match, and then what happened later in the night kind of led into that. It made sense a little bit there, but yeah. There was no story. There was no build to this match. They're barely really a tag team. They are a faction, but they're not really a tag team to go against the Bucks. They're not a worthy opponent, in my opinion, even to the Bucks.
Yeah, I mean, I'll speak on tag teams, state of tag team wrestling in AEW later in Dynamite, but
It's on fire now.
this wasn't it for me.
There's some new kings in town.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying, but I don't agree with the direction that AEW Tag Team Wrestling is going. So, the International Championship, Will Ospreay versus Pac. A lot of people said this was the match of the night, if not the match of the year. I humbly disagree.
Yeah, I thought it was a great match. Like, we all expected it to be a great match. It was good. They did what we expected them to do. I can't like say anything bad about it. It was good, but it just didn't like grab my attention. There was no emotional investment with a storyline going into it to make me feel more better about it, other than just like the amazing wrestling that they did and the moves that they did, which were to be expected.
Yeah, it was choreographed, flipping shit. The whole match.
I could see how somebody said it was like the match of the night. I could understand that because it was, great acrobatics all the way around, of course. But it was a kind of predictable match of something we saw coming too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think anybody thought that Pac was going to win this, and then every like aggressive, like hard hitting wrestling move they did, they would no sell it 3 seconds later.
Yeah.
Like Pac was suplexed and then gave a poison Rana or reverse Hurricane Rana, whatever, onto Will Ospreay, and he sold his neck. And then 30 seconds later, he was up flipping. Like,
yeah, when like couple weeks ago, he did it to him on the outside, and he was done for.
He's done. Yeah. If this is kind of shit you like, this is it. I'm more of a mat wrestling because I watch pro wrestling. I don't like all. I can see having the flips and shit, but when everybody does it, it just loses its validity to me. Just like the same thing with hardcore and no DQ matches. If half the matches on the card have that, just like half the matches in this pay-per-view had blood spots.
Yeah.
So you're losing the hype and the excitement around somebody bleeding when half the matches have somebody bleeding in it.
Right. Yeah.
I just maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm an out of touch fan.
It's not GCW.
It's just it sure seems like it.
Yeah, it does.
Sure seems like it with the shit they do.
Yeah.
Ospreay won. He retained the title. Then we had the street fight between Willow Nightingale and Kris Statlander.
Hot take. It was my match of the night.
Agreed.
Really? Okay.
Yes. And I didn't even necessarily like the match.
Yeah. But considering the circumstances, it outdid my expectations of what the match was going to be, and like how they like played the story leading up to it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they did a great job.
Yeah. I think these are two women in AEW wrestling. There's a few, but these two are big, like look like pro wrestlers. They don't look like models trying to do wrestling moves.
Right.
They laid shit in. I don't agree. I don't like the fluorescent light bulb stuff. I never liked that shit. Even people are like, oh, obviously you never watched Japanese death matches. I get it. I've watched them. It doesn't mean that they're fucking great. Like, it
was funny. It was entertaining. Especially to have the women have like a crazy hardcore match like that. Give them some props rather than,
whatever. I'm not going to shit all over it. I mean, Statlander did a weird split into the tacks and got like 2 tacks in her. And
the tacks were a little much. They weren't really used.
Again, they're used all the time. So like, it's like,
right.
Oh, tacks. But it's like, but they use tacks all the time. So
yeah,
the fluorescent light bulbs, even though I don't like them, at least it was something different. You don't see that on AEW very much. So
yep, and they bled.
Yeah, but having this match, like being the predecessor of like the lights out match at the end, like now you have to one up that, and we saw how that fucking goes.
And that could have been a lights out match too, the way it went, right? I mean, what is and what isn't at this point.
Yeah.
And
I like how at one point Willow was wrapping the chain around her wrist. or her knuckles, and
Yeah.
Statlander was just standing in the ring watching her do it. Like they were both standing like face to face, and Willow was doing it, and Statlander was just watching her do. Like you're just gonna watch your opponent wrap a chain around their hand, like
yeah. Yeah, it grabbed my attention though. I was surprised. You know, it as like I haven't been too much of a fan of how like the whole rivalry and their story has went, but I thought they did a great job with the match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For what it was, Statlander got the win,
Which I was surprised too.
I was as well. I don't even know what I predicted. I don't remember what the fuck I predicted, but then you had Ricochet and Ospreay backstage, and this is exactly why Ricochet shouldn't have a microphone in front of him.
Yeah, it was
so bad.
Yeah, he was trying too hard. He just didn't know like what to say. Like at some points, if you just don't got nothing nice to say, or you don't know the right thing to say, you probably shouldn't just say anything at all.
You got to rack up wins, bruv.
Yeah,
you got to rack up wins to fight me, bruv.
Okay. I see you. Like just stare up, just give him a stare down and tell him to go fuck off or something, like,
or just don't have this at all.
Yeah.
Like we know what this is leading to. It's going to be Ospreay and Ricochet. We all know this is where they're going with it. Why have them interact right now? Just build it from the outside, you know?
It was awkward for everybody. Us, them, the interviewer.
Yeah. I like how when they have interviews backstage, and this is across both companies, the interviewer will hold a microphone up to them and to like talk, and then someone comes from the outside, the interviewer walks away, and then they're both talking and you can still hear them. So obviously the microphone don't mean shit. Like the interviewer will hold the microphone, and then they turn around and you can still hear them perfectly. What the fuck's the point of the microphone?
Yeah, fair enough.
Somebody else on payroll. Continental Championship: Okada, Orange Cassidy, Mark Briscoe, and Takeshita.
Yeah, Okada, you know. He's been getting better. I wasn't crazy about the match. Like, I've become more of a fan of Okada, I'll say. And then, like, what he did at Dynamite, I like that. But, yeah. Because I didn't know much about Okada. I didn't watch a lot of, like, New Japan and stuff like that. And when he came in, I wasn't crazy about him. But he's kind of growing on me. Bitch.
I like how... hate to step on you there. I hate how Okada's like this like legendary wrestler from Japan and the Tokyo Dome and had all these 5-star matches and this epic feud with Kenny Omega, and you're like, yeah, he's getting better. Like after all those accolades, like your only thing is he's getting better.
Well, I didn't see all that. I mean, I heard about it, I respect it, but it's like from what he's done in AEW.
Okay, and this is the problem with all these people coming from all these other companies.
Right.
If you're this fucking wrestling shill that sits in your mom's basement and jerks off to pictures of Mercedes Monet's fucking wig and like all this shit, like, of course you've got all this extra time to watch all of this wrestling from all of these promotions. But if you're trying to build a fan base and not just keep the core audience you have, then you need to explain some of this shit, where these people are coming from, their accolades, their whatever. And a guy wearing a sock over his face is not fucking explaining it well. Like, Excalibur fucking sucks. He's so bad.
And it's like, there's only so much you can put on the top of the card. If it is these like legendary wrestlers too, like they got to fit in somewhere. So they're reduced to comedy acts. You know,
how long until Ricochet is there?
Oh God!
Oh, the comedy act. Here we go with the comedy act. The TBS Championship. Hikaru Shida and Mercedes Moné.
Yeah,
Camille banned from ringside.
Yeah, which didn't make much of a difference. Mercedes got the win. I give it to her there. Beat her clean, I guess. But apparently they were throwing some real jabs back and forth, huh? Some real stiff arms, and may have had some type of confrontation backstage, allegedly. Yeah, allegedly. So
speculation.
More bullshit backstage for AEW, and more divisiveness and running amok. Yeah, the match was like. I don't know.
And this is my problem, and I heard this take, and I actually wrote it down, and this is like a take I heard. If Mercedes is supposed to be like this like bullshit heel and like needs this big bad bodyguard to fight her battles for her. Like, why right after introducing the big bad bodyguard, you ban them from ringside?
Right.
And then have Mercedes win clean as the heel.
They wanted to probably because all like people criticizing, like they know people have been criticizing Mercedes Moné, like it's out there, like they've acknowledged it, she's acknowledged it, so I'm sure she's like went to Tony and was like, I want to get a clean win to look dominant, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And who else to do it? Put it over Sheeta, and Sheeta was like, "Fuck that! Like I put in my work here. I'll give it the match. Like I'm not gonna say it was horrible because like compared to the rest of Mercedes matches in AEW, it wasn't the worst one.
Yeah,
Like I thought they were better in the ring together than she's been with some of her other opponents.
yeah, I agree.
It was a little more fluid, but
and I think that speaks to Sheeta and Sheeta being able to handle thing. You know what hasn't been able to hold up is the glue that holds on Mercedes' wig, because that thing was all over her head the whole fucking match. She was like constantly like adjusting her wig and pulled my wig back because Mercedes is still the champion. I don't think that's going to change for a long time.
Yeah, I'm starting to jump on that train now too, unfortunately.
Well, he didn't take a train, but he took a bus to the arena. The World Heavyweight title match, Jack Perry challenged Bryan Danielson.
Driving his I'll get into it after. Driving his stupid black bus through Chicago with scapegoat painted on top. Yeah. Jack Perry, dumbass. Came out, they announced out he was there, but he's still driving the bus in. And you heard some CM Punk chants. You heard some fuck CM Punk chants when he first arrived. It was interesting. Then they were drowned out by boos.
Oh, cry me a river.
Ugh.
This ain't it, dog.
Fucking believable. Yeah.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
This is what I got out of this match. Everybody knew Bryan Danielson was going to win. It was led by Bryan Danielson. When Jack Perry's at the ring with somebody that actually knows how to work a wrestling match, he does look okay.
No, he looked good. Yeah.
What didn't look okay is that this is how small, because Bryan Danielson's a small guy, right? He's not a big guy.
Right.
But he made Jack Perry look small. And that's what I got out of this. I'm like, if you had to know how tiny Jack Perry is, he's up against Bryan Danielson and looks tiny.
Right. Yeah, it was like a decent wrestling match, so they put on a good match. Like Jack Perry knew how to draw heat. He already had the heat, you know, all this stuff leading up to it with the videotape and everything, and him playing into it has done something for him for his career. I mean, he's in the fucking main event, right? So you can't take that from him. He was like kicking Bryan Danielson in the face, doing some of his moves and taunting the crowd. I think he should have probably like tried to do like the GTS or did the GTS just to be a dick, but he didn't do that bad.
Well, the referee took a bump at one point, and then the Young Bucks came out
and
started giving Bryan Danielson the business, and then Claudio and Wheeler came out and helped Bryan Danielson, which confuses me for the after match. Completely. I don't know if that makes any sense, but the way Bryan Danielson won, I don't agree with. Jack Perry was on his knees and he did so you're trying to make him be like a strong heel and not like a weaselly little heel. Like, like showing defiance even. Yeah.
He's like doing a version of a Darby Allin pretty much. The same thing, you know?
Same thing.
Yeah.
Without the aura that Darby Allin has.
Right.
Yeah. So Bryan Danielson won the match. Then we had the patriarchy come out because Christian had that contract. He was going to cash in on Bryan Danielson. And then Bryan Danielson got saved by the B.C.C.
The BBC.
Artist formerly known as the BBC.
Oh, B.C.C. Oh, not BBC. Oh.
Yeah, I don't think that pertains to any of them in the group.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, maybe Mark Henry. But yeah, so they fight off the patriarchy.
Yeah, well, they just blocked the ring, kind of.
Right, yeah.
So, and Christian's like, fuck this. Yeah.
So then Claudio gives Bryan Danielson the European uppercut that he completely no-sells.
Well, Mox came out then too, and then they hugged Bryan Danielson for a while. They all hugged and celebrated, and then I'm like, okay, this is dragging out a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, what? And I thought Mox was going to be the one to do it, the way he's holding his arm up, and then they kind of swerved us, and Claudio gave him the European uppercut.
Bryan Danielson, after fighting that hard-fought heavyweight title match, just sits there and looks at him.
Yeah, he didn't sell it at all. He just takes it and he just sits there and looks at
Yeah, when they all came out, I thought this was the band, the Plain White Tees, because they're all wearing white T-shirts. But he was sitting there seeing Claudio besmirched him, I guess, and
and Wheeler don't know what the hell's going on. The poor guy.
He looks like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. Run, Raggy.
What's going on here, Claudio? What's it all?
What's going on, Claudio? So then we proceeded to get Jon Moxley suffocating Bryan Danielson.
Put a plastic bag over that man's head. Choked him out. Yeah.
Some stupid ass shit. We get laughs from the other room. So
I thought it was funny. I mean, I like that kind of. I like
that's the problem. It was funny. It's funny. It's funny. It's like, okay,
it's fucked up. But
you don't put a plastic bag over someone's head without the intent to kill somebody.
That's not true. That's not true.
What's the other reasoning behind it?
To choke them, to pass them out, then you take it off.
Okay, so Moxley's been known to win matches to defend the world heavyweight title when he was the champion with a bulldog choke.
Yeah.
And choke people out. He has this in his arsenal.
It was something new. It just meant to look violent, or like, I don't know. Yeah. It was just for the shock value to look.
And Bryan Danielson
different.
goes green. Why are we using plastic bags? Like, what the fuck are we doing?
He should have used a paper bag.
Okay,
you should have brought your own bag from home because we don't carry bags here at all.
The canvas bag? Yeah. Bring a canvas bag in and choke them out with it.
This bag is green and biodegradable.
So this is the other issue I have. Okay, so Jon Moxley, Claudio, and Pac are... Okay, so you're trying to form this new faction after everybody in that faction just lost on the night. Like Claudio and Wheeler lost.
Holding back Wheeler.
Lost.
Like...
Yeah. I just don't get it. Like, so they all look weak because they just lost all their matches earlier in the night, and then they're in this group.
And Pac comes into the group newly, and he's just down with it all. Like, I wonder if it's all his idea. No, it's obviously Mox's idea.
Yeah.
And, Marina Shafir, she's a killer. Yeah.
I just don't agree with it. So you're going to have him passed out in the ring. Why doesn't Christian come in and cash in the contract then and just take the title?
Well, they obviously didn't. Mox wants the title, I guess, or something, because the company's not theirs anymore. Apparently, yeah, it's not their company anymore.
Okay, after Moxley just came out not 3 months ago and gave this big rah-rah speech about how much AEW means to him, and now it's AEW is not your company anymore. It's
maybe Shane O'Mac seen it, or Tony Khan's dad singing it, and he's like, yeah, "My son is fucking shut up. I gotta bring in Shane O'Mac, baby. Here comes the money." Yeah.
Here comes the mustache. Here comes the mustache.
Money.
So that was the official main event of the night, because we got next the lights out steel cage match between Swerve, Strickland, and Hank. You didn't like this?
I mean, I liked the match up to a certain point. Then it just started to not make sense for me.
Agreed.
Out of all their matches, what is it, three or four? Mm-hmm. 2 or 3? 3 or 4?
4.
4, yeah, okay. It was my least favorite one out of all of them.
Yeah,
he's without a doubt. I thought when Swerve did the stomp through the table to Hangman Adam Page. That was great. I thought that was good. There was some really good spots. Like some Cinder Block was like, all right, I don't know. Yeah. He's used it before, and then he pretty much, got the worst of the Cinder Block, referring to Swerve. They used the cage decently. Before the cage came down, they were fighting. Swerve was trying to
decapitate each other.
Yeah, and
they're gonna decapitate each other.
Yeah, Nana pushed him in. They used the staple gun again. Did the same shit. We've pretty much seen it all before with them. And that was the problem with the match, with the stipulations and everything, and what they were doing was like, how do you live up to what you already did?
Yeah.
And they tried to do it, and then the audience was chanting for fire the whole time, and they didn't get fire because Hangman burned down Swerve's house, right? So that was the problem. The other problem was the needle. I didn't quite understand the point of the syringe. Like, if it was just like for shock factor to like put it in the cheek and like for the camera to see it coming out the other end, which like you couldn't even see. I don't know if that was the point of it, or if it was supposed to like have something in it. Like if there was supposed to be something in the syringe to like knock Swerve out. I thought that would have made more sense if they would have been like more like clear on that. Like, had like a bottle of something, or like Hangman, his fucked up ass, cooked something up on a spoon and pulled it up in the syringe and shot Swerve up with it. How
You're
fucked up?
triggering me.
Yeah, how fucked up would that have been? Like, it just to like stick a needle in his mouth. Like, what are you gonna do? Some dental work on him? Like, what is this freaking Novocaine? I'm like
the tooth and nail match.
Yeah, and then he hits him on the head with the chair, which is a whole nother thing in of itself. But
yeah. Unlike that needle, this had no point. This is just stupid. The cinder block is the only thing out of all this that I can kind of understand because they've used it in the past, and to bring it back through. Oh, stapling pictures of his house to his mouth is fucking dumb. The syringe was stupid.
But what, in your opinion, why did they use the syringe? Was it to knock him out? Because I could understand if you're like, okay, I'm gonna shoot this guy up with something to knock him out, and then he can't get up, like it's the last man standing match, and then I win because it physically prevents him from getting up. Like that would,
they don't explain it. And like the problem with that is they can't say something like that because then they're saying, oh, he's injecting him with something on fucking live TV. Like
that he's not, that he can't.
You can't say that. You know what I mean? So I don't understand the point of it. And if there's no point, why do it? Like,
were they trying to do it though? So I couldn't see it, but was he trying to shove it in so it like came out his cheek?
I thought so.
Because I couldn't see it. Okay, so it was just for shock factor.
Just
like I'm sticking him in the mouth and it's coming out his cheek. Like I'm piercing him with a needle.
Yeah, it was.
He should have just pierced his fucking ears or something, or his eyebrow or something. Like
you just stapled. Okay, so you just stapled pictures to his cheek through his mouth. So what's sticking a needle through his mouth doing?
He should have pierced his nipples for him.
Oh, that'd been great.
Yeah.
That'd been great. Take the staple gun and staple through his nipple.
I'm just letting everybody know that this thing is completely sterile.
Yeah.
Oh man,
the chair shot to the head I think is stupid. I'm not going to get into that. I don't have knowledge of this. People are like, oh well, it was a gimmick chair. Okay, so if you're acknowledging it's a gimmicked chair, then you're acknowledging it's fake. So then why even enjoy it in the fucking first place? You're supposed to watch this thinking, oh my god, they really hate each other. They're really fucking giving each other the business. But, it's a gimmick chair. It was safe. Well, I thought you didn't want safe. I thought you wanted violent fucking wrestling.
Right.
So why do it? Like the contradictory statements the contradicting statements that have happened with this is just fucking stupid.
Yeah, the sound of it didn't sound fake, the chair, And if he wants to take a chair shot like that, I mean, it is what it is. But there's a lot of people, legends, Hall of Famers, everybody that will, they have been very vocal about it. Like they thought it was kind of in bad taste.
And okay, if you're a fucking wrestling shill sitting on your couch, fucking on your phone, on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, don't sit there and try to counter argument these pro wrestlers that have fucking been in the business for years and years and years and understand shit that you just don't understand because you want to see. Watch snuff films. I bet you if you search on X snuff films, there'll be videos that come up. If that's the shit you're into, go ahead and fucking watch it. I want to watch drop down, hip toss, takeover, like suplexes, like building a story in the ring. Sticking a needle through someone's fucking cheek is not building a story. It's building controversy because you want to be shocking.
Right.
Go watch snuff films.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah, we all used to love watching wrestling back in the day and loved the chair shots and the head shots. But there's a reason that they clearly don't do it anymore.
When people say, oh, well, you must have not watched Japanese death matches. Oh, you must have not watched ECW. Yeah, do you know where all those are now?
Exactly.
Not around anymore.
Exactly.
They're not around anymore because they weren't successful. So good luck with that.
Or because they physically and mentally can't be around anymore. Or because they literally aren't around anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. So T's and P's to that. That was All Out. You know what? I enjoyed MJF and Garcia as a wrestling match. I enjoyed Willow and Statlander.
Yeah.
Ospreay and Pac. I felt like I was watching Cirque du Soleil. That was enjoyable.
I think Swerve's better than all that too. He doesn't need to do all that shit. Like he's been through it all. He's done like 3 stages of death matches and all that craziness. Like he don't need. Look at him in the ring. He don't need to do that shit.
Yeah, and now you can't beat either of these two with a regular finisher and a regular one-on-one match.
Right.
Because, okay, just say Okada beats Swerve with a short arm clothesline, the Rainmaker or whatever. Well, we just saw Swerve get power bombed on a fucking cinder block and stuff stapled to his face and all of this different shit. And now the Rainmaker is going to beat him. Like it takes the validity out of pro wrestling by, oh, look at all the stuff these people endure. But, oh, a swinging DDT is going to take them out now. Like,
yeah.
Bad taste.
Yeah. So
give us 2 stars on Apple Music for that. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, whatever. You want to give us bad reviews because you think we're trashing AEW. That's not true. I've probably been to more AEW events than you, spent more money on AEW merch than you, and AEW pay-per-views than you. So fuck you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the media scrum, the press had pretty much asked Tony Khan because he had trademarked AEW Shockwave, which he didn't really say much more about. So I'm wondering if that's going to lead more into the story with like Moxley and Shane McMahon or whatever the fuck they're doing with what's going on, right? You think there's going to be another show or it might have something to do with the TV deal? People are asking me about the TV deal, saying that they actually heard it was done. But like I told them, there's nothing that's been officially announced. And you know how Tony Khan loves his big announcements. So if they wanted you to know about it, you would have.
Yeah.
Officially.
I've heard, you know me, I don't like rumor mills and stuff, but I've heard like there was like another show coming out, but like, so you're going to add a 4th show when your 3 shows aren't being successful right now. I don't know.
They need to get rid of Rampage at least. Obviously, like Collision, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens. But like, having 700,000 viewers a week is not. I don't care what anybody says. This isn't a fucking success. Look at the numbers. Okay, can we just look at the numbers real quick and try to be objective? I'm not going to try to be fucking whatever. Then we'll move on to Dynamite because we got to get rolling. But when AEW started, they were having over 1 million viewers a week.
Mm-hmm.
They're down to 600, 700,000 a week. Okay, so your numbers have gone down consistently. Okay, your pay-per-view buys were almost 200,000 a pay-per-view buy when they first started for the first couple of years. They're down to about 100,000 pay-per-view buys. So they've gone down consistently. The shows used to be sold out in these fucking arenas that they're putting 2,500 people in now. So your ticket sales have gone down consistently. On top of that, signing more expensive and bigger talent to be on your show. So now you're spending more money for having all these lower numbers. And any measurement you can see here, it hasn't been successful. It hasn't been successful. Like you can't argue that. I want somebody in the comments to argue me.
What the hacks will say is that it doesn't matter because they got their TV deal and they got their money. Doesn't matter. how many people are in the audience. It doesn't matter what the numbers are. It only matters that they got their TV deal and they got their money. So they're successful.
But if they don't start getting bigger numbers, they're going to lose a TV deal. I mean, I know.
Yeah, after that, where is it going to go? Yeah,
they're closing in on another TV deal. Yeah, but at what cost? Because the details aren't going to be released. So just because you have a TV deal, every single week, Big Bang Theory draws bigger numbers. Reruns of the Big Bang Theory that hasn't had new episodes in 5 years is drawing bigger numbers Wednesday nights than AEW Dynamite is. And when they're like, oh, it's the number one show on TV, it isn't, because the show leading into it, the Big Bang Theory, has a higher rating than AEW Dynamite does. So you can't tell me it's the highest rated show on Wednesday because the show before it's higher rated.
Yeah.
It's simple. Like, oh, well, in the demographic. Okay. Did you hear that?
See if it changes to streaming or wherever the hell they go with it. What,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those things, they're still on TV somehow. And I'd be interested to see, like, if they come somewhere around my area again and I'm able to buy tickets to go, to see, like, if the ticket sales have dropped. Yeah. Like the price of the ticket, the admission,
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
You would think they'd have to, with the amount of people you see in the audience, but maybe not, because they got to make their money some way, one way or another. So,
yeah.
And I don't know about merch. I feel like it's not jumping off the shelf the same way it used to for them either. So,
doesn't seem that way.
Yeah.
So, boy, oh boy, on to Dynamite.
Yeah, Dynamite, baby. AEW Dynamite. And Dynamite was on the same night as the MTV Video Music Awards on September 11th. Yeah. Shout out and respect and condolences and remembrance to all the victims and families of September 11th. So it was a pretty special day. Dynamite, the VMAs.
Yeah. Moxley came out. Start out. Well, no, he had a little vignette backstage.
Yes.
All Out.
That's when he mentioned that the diplomacy has failed, and he chooses war over everything. Again, being very more vague. They made a point of showing Darby skating into the arena on his skateboard. That's how he travels around. Jack Perry has a bus. Darby has a skateboard. Yeah.
Yeah, so that just led into Dynamite when we started out with Christian and the patriarchy in the ring. And
yep, he said his son Nick said word on the street is Christian Cage has infinite aura. That was one of the best lines. Killed it.
Yeah,
killed it.
I understand having multiple people gunning for the world title, but you have Darby and Moxley, you have Christian Cage, you have Nigel McGuinness. We'll talk about later. It's so much going on, and you don't even have the champion on the show.
Yep. So, yeah, Christian did a good job of getting some heat with the audience again. He's been great since he's got there. They want Luchasaurus. He says, "Shut the hell up." His name is Kill Switch.
Yeah.
But that line about the aura, fire, hilarious. Yeah.
So, still remains to be seen when he turns that in and cashes that contract in.
His money in the bank, his AEW contract. Apparently it's the same kind of thing.
Same concept. But they're not trying to be like WWE. Then we had the TNT Championship, Jack Perry against Leo Rush. Don't care about this. Everybody.
The Moth, Leo Rush, bouncy as fuck. Yeah. knows how to put on a show. I'll tell you that. For being a little guy, he can wrestle. He drove his custom black short bus into the arena with Scapegoat on it. So shout out to the Scapegoat. You played yourself. What an idiot.
Hangman backstage, which is more of his crazy eye, stupid shit. He runs into people that are like, "We don't even know you anymore, Hangman." And Jeff Jarrett, you put your hands on my wife, and what are we getting a Jeff Jarrett Hangman feud now? I don't care.
Yeah, he said he's going to hurt anybody that got in his way between him and Swerve the whole time. So he's not over. Like I said, he's back on the wagon. Just look how he acts. They already know. Pretty sure Evil Uno was about to say it. Like, do you need me to bring you somewhere? Because I don't even know who you are anymore. You got to love Evil Uno. Still gets a pop from the crowd. Everybody loves the Dark Order. Pledge your allegiance to the Dark Order.
Yeah, I like how they keep Evil Uno, but they get rid of Great. What was it? Stu Grayson, who was like.
Yes. I love Jack Silver though too.
Yeah,
I love me some Jack Silver.
John Silver.
John.
No, yeah, gotcha.
I love me some Long John Silver.
I see how much you like him. Then we have
He's hilarious.
Then we have Private Party and Commander coming out to the ring for no fucking reason at all. Just to come out to the ring to get beat up by Moxley and crew.
Oh, but come on, dude. Private Party, they're back. We love some shots. Oh my god!
But there was no reason why they came out to the ring except for to get beat up. That's why they came out to the ring, to get beat up.
Yeah, that was the disappointing part for sure. But how about that epic entrance? They even had Commander doing the crotch. You know, like you gotta love Private Party. One of my favorites. Yeah.
Commander's got to be with somebody else now that that the Lucha Brothers are gone. But Moxley and crew jumped them. They, said, the shit. He's still looking for Darby. Pac was just arguing with the cameraman about something, and it is what it is, So, so
Jesus,
whatever. Come on now.
Yeah. Whoops.
It was a good line though. It was a good line.
Yeah.
So when we had Ricochet versus Sammy Guevara, more of this fucking nonsense. Like, okay, more guys that can just do the flippity dippity doodah shit. Ricochet jumped from one guardrail to the other, and they're like, "Oh, look at him jumping from rail to rail." It's like, okay. Sammy did a fucking moonsault off the entranceway with the referee standing there. No 10 count. No.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And Sammy's like the Ring of Honor champion now, or or one of the
tag team champion with Dustin Rhodes. Yeah,
I was gonna say like this. He's gonna be I thought he was a singles champion. I was like, this is stupid. He's gonna come out and lose to Ricochet, being a fucking Ring of Honor champion. But it's all good then because he's the tag champion. So all is well. But Ricochet looked better this match. He did the same shit. But I think like he's better in AEW, I guess.
Yeah, just because where they do it. Yeah,
exactly. It's his style, and he gets to do it. He looks pretty jacked. He looks good, but like, don't give him the microphone.
Agreed. We had
Sammy's
Okada
back.
Sammy's been on Collision for a while, but
and didn't he have some type of something happen backstage too, allegedly?
I don't know. I think that was a rumor. Same thing with the Mercedes rumor. It's a rumor. Everybody fucking got a story, a hot scoop. But it's funny. Sammy was on the show. Mercedes wasn't on the show. That's kind of funny to point out.
Ooh, yeah.
Then we had Okada backstage doing his comedy routine. Takeshita came in. Whatever.
Bitch.
They're building that rivalry. They need a mouthpiece for Okada. Darby Allin came out, called Moxley out to the ring. This is probably my favorite part of the night.
Yeah.
Darby sounded good. He sounded a little nervous at first, but then when he kind of got in his pocket, he was doing well.
Told his story to John because he calls John out, and John comes back out to the ring for the second time.
Mm-hmm.
In the night, makes his official entrance this time with Marina Shafir, and Darby tells him a story about him being homeless and having the stuff in the trunk of his car. That's all he had, and that he looked up to all these other wrestlers, but pretty much they let him down, and he wanted to be like Jon Moxley the first year or whatever, and now he doesn't. Because of putting the plastic bag over Bryan Danielson's head.
Yeah.
I don't even know you, John. So what do you want?
What do you want from me?
What do you want, John? Yeah.
John's like, this is not your number one contender shot
Anymore. Yeah. This company is broken, as Pac said.
Right. This is stupid. And I'm going to cover this along with like something happened later just to get my thoughts on it and move on. So they're fighting over this, and Jon Moxley says that Bryan Danielson's incapacitated and can't fight at Grand Slam. So give me the number one contender shot. Darby won't do it. Now Moxley says, okay, fight me for it.
You're going to have to do something about it, John.
Yeah. So now they're going to fight at Grand Slam for this number one contender shot that Darby's supposed to have the title match at Grand Slam.
Right.
But we're told that Bryan Danielson can't compete at Grand Slam. So now they're fighting each other for the number one contender match, title match, whatever. But later on, Nigel McGuinness comes out to the ring and says that he's got a match against Bryan Danielson at Grand Slam. Oh, if he's healthy enough to compete. But he's going to be healthy enough to compete. They're not going to promote it for. But
it's not a title. It's not a title shot, though.
It don't matter if they're going to fight. You might as well have it be a title shot.
And if he wants to fight him that bad, why does he want to fight him when he's not like 100%? He wants to come back after all this time to fight Bryan Danielson at fucking 30% after he just got beat up and choked out and plastic bag over his head. Like,
so you're having Darby Allin win this battle royal to get the number one contender shot, just to not give him the number one contender shot, to give it to Jon Moxley because Moxley's going to beat him. And then
because you weren't ready 5 years ago and you're not ready now.
I don't get it. Why not just have Moxley and Darby Allin fight on Dynamite and then have the match at Wrestle Dream or whatever? Why fucking, I don't get this. It's fucking dumb. They contradicted themselves within a half hour.
So why are they doing this? Because
they're going a different direction. Because the Elite Invasion angle did not work. Nobody cares about it. It's stupid. So now they're trying a different invasion angle with Jon Moxley and his crew, hoping it can get more fucking attention.
So is Darby losing his title shot?
Of course. You're going to have Moxley lose?
Yeah.
He's supposed to be this big, bad, fucking hostile takeover, and you're going to have him lose? No.
If he does, like, I wouldn't understand why they would do it all in general if Darby ends up winning, which I want Darby to win, but at the same time, like, is he ready to be champion? And are they willing to give him the championship?
Just
Probably
have
not.
Darby lose clean to Bryan Danielson, have a good competitive match. I mean, you don't have to have him win. I mean,
yeah, at least he'll get the fucking main event, title shot, and a pay-per-view, which would be a first for Darby, rather than
Grand Slam's having a pay-per-view. It's a fucking Dynamite.
Well, I know that's what I'm saying. If he was to wrestle at Wrestle Dream versus Danielson for the championship, that would be an official main event. But Grand Slam, I understand it's Grand Slam, but it's Dynamite. It's a TV show. It's on TV. Like, and look at like how the sales have went down with Grand Slams.
Yeah,
way down, especially last year. Like compared to what it was the years before, not good. But
it doesn't make sense. I don't get the whole thing. Like, it was terrible. You booked yourself into a corner because you don't want Darby Allin to have that title shot anymore. Come up with a different way to do this. That's why Moxley's crew take out Darby Allin, and then have Nigel versus Bryan Danielson. Then have Moxley come out and say, "Well, I took out Darby Allin. I might as well get the title shot now."
Yeah, you're gonna make him earn it. Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna beat him clean or what's gonna happen. I mean. It only leads me to believe more that there's going to be something more. There's more people to be showing up, or it's Shane McMahon or something the fuck is going on. Because just Moxley had said it too. He's like, I can't say everything, and you won't understand it all right now. And I don't have time to explain it all. Again. He's very vague. You do have time. Yeah,
you do have very time vague. And all this time you've been coming out calling out Darby Allin. Just explain it to us, because you can't.
So what do you want, John? I love the fucking pink jacket, though. I love the pink jacket. I love the pink jacket to skate. Like, Darby's killing it.
Yeah. Too bad he's going to get killed.
Yeah, he needs to. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Mox puts a plastic bag over his head at the end, too. I think it's going to be like his signature. I'm
thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
It's
unfortunate.
Then we had an Eliminator title match for the women's title. Mariah May and Queen Aminata is what it is. Don't care.
Mariah May is a hard hitter. I still like her.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
About it. Yeah. She calls out Mina Shirakawa after. Okay, you could have made a phone call. You don't got to fucking swim in the ring and whatever.
Putting her on blast.
Yeah, you're that much in love with her, you don't have her phone number.
So I wonder if that's going to be Grand Slam or Wrestle Dream. Yeah, I don't know.
Don't care.
Yeah.
Don't care.
Tony Storm's gone.
The ship has left the harbor. The Learning Tree was in a 6-man tag. I don't even remember who they're facing.
Oh, but yeah.
Don't care. Go ahead.
How about this this whole jacket ordeal and this $7,000?
That's stupid. It's stupid. It's dumb.
Jericho, Brian Keith took Orange Cassidy's JanSport backpack.
Mm-hmm. and they found a picture of the best friends in it. Whatever happened to Trent? Trent did that big fucking turn and just hasn't been around.
Yeah. Jericho says, "There's no friends in wrestling. I'm gonna teach."
That's teasing, though. Did you see the way Big Bill was looking at him?
Yeah.
When he said that, Big Bill looked at side-eyed him. That's going to be, I think that's what they're bringing on, is they're going to get a Big Bill turn here with all of this.
Pay me my $7,000 from 4 years ago because you ruined my jacket.
Change.
Yeah, and then you see the change.
Yeah.
Dump the change in the car, whatever it was, Corvette. I don't fucking know. His convertible, yeah, which is not his car. What?
Bentley or whatever it was.
Oh yeah, it was a Bentley. It's his Bentley.
Yeah, it's Bentley.
It's funny. It's comical. It's stupid, but it's funny to me at this point.
All the enjoyable stuff is anything that you say is enjoyable is it's comical. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing
yeah.
like, oh, this is a great angle. It's like, no, this is comical.
Yeah.
The main event of the night was this tag team gauntlet match to wrap this up.
Hi guys.
Earlier in the night we had Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay talking, and we should be a tag team. We should do this together. They came out. FTR was in it.
What a fucking match! What a match! What a shit show this was.
Yeah.
Huh? What a shit show. Holy.
The only team to me that seemed over in this whole thing was the Outrunners.
Oh well, hell. What about MXM?
Jesus.
How
Christ.
about? They got quite the pop. What about MXM? What about the MX? I think they're called the MXM collection. They were in WWE known as the Maximum Male Models. They were with LA. They go hard. But how about that move when I don't know the name of the guy, but he ran off the ropes and then put his ass in the guy's face. Used his ass for a weapon. Then they pose.
Bro, this is the main event of a fucking wrestling show.
Shit was hilarious. I want more MXM collection. Like, I gotta have it. I need it.
Then the grizzled young veterans come out, and the first thing they do is fight off with FTR. I thought they were going for the tag titles, and no one can stand in their way except for FTR, apparently.
Yeah, and they got beef with FTR the most out of everybody. They could have just beat the shit out of the Bucks.
Like I said, the Outrunners are so over. So, okay, this is what we have. We have MXM, we have FTR, we have grizzled young veterans, we have the Outrunners, we have I can't remember the rest of the teams that were in this, but the team that wins is a team that got put together earlier that night on Dynamite. And I know people are like, oh, well, they're the United Kingdom. They're fucking right. They were a tag team in Japan. You obviously don't know pro wrestling. They did not. They were in a 6-man tag 3 years ago on fucking Dynamite as the United Kingdom. They haven't explained any of the, okay, they're friends. Okay, cool, they're friends. But you know what? You and I are friends. Should we go for the tag team titles? Like,
let's do it.
It just doesn't make sense.
And people cheered when they won, but clearly everybody wanted the Outrunners to win.
Yeah,
like the Outrunners are on fire right now. And I didn't know, but they've been in, I know that they've been in AEW for a little while now, for a while. But apparently last week is the first week they got their actual first win ever in AEW. Yeah. So congratulations to them. Jeez. But I'm a big fan of the Outrunners. Yeah. How about them? How about the Outrunners? Classic tag team wrestling. I want to see the Outrunners versus FTR versus MXM collection.
Book it.
and Private Party. What about this gauntlet match? No, it just didn't stop. They just didn't stop coming out.
It was the same thing that happened with the
I know.
match.
Yes. Yeah. There was no time. It was just, they just kept coming.
Just stupid.
Pause. Yeah. The men just kept coming.
Just a bunch of men coming. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, who knows when I would have stopped. That match could have went on another 2 hours and they would have just kept sending out, okay, you and you get out there now. Like,
yeah.
You know, that's pretty much what it was. Yeah. But come on, give the
you
Outrunners a shot. Put them over.
Yeah. It's fucking terrible.
Retro,
all these established
baby.
tag
Retro.
teams. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Dynamite. I'm over it.
And back a post show, they had a little vignette with Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay, and they were talking. You know, they were congratulating each other and hugging each other, right? And Will Ospreay's like, "Yeah, we're gonna do this the right way, right." And then Don Callis interrupts him. He's like, "Yeah, we're gonna do whatever we gotta do. Beat them over the chair, put a screwdriver in their face, like, you know, doing his thing." But
yeah,
they think they're getting the titles. I highly doubt it.
Yeah, well, like I said, until AEW really shows me something, this is what you're gonna get from me because I'm not entertained at all by 95% of this. It's fucking terrible.
It's
fucking
comedy.
terrible.
It's funny. It's funny.
Yeah.
I want, like I said, more MXM, more Outrunners, baby. Let's go.
Outrunners, bring it on. Imagine Outrunners versus Pretty Deadly.
Oh, baby. Yeah.
That's all I got.
Classic, baby. Yes. So we'll see what's next for AEW. What comes on next Dynamite and Collision and Rampage and Shockwave and Heatwave and whatever else they decide to come up with. And what other drama comes out of all the other drama. Yeah. Prayers to Bryan Danielson. Nigel McGuinness, though. You looking forward to seeing him in the ring?
No.
No? Yeah.
I'm a huge Nigel McGuinness fan. They didn't build this at all. They had a story here and they fucking squandered it. Taking the title shot away from Darby Allin, I'm just not feeling it at all.
Yeah, it kind of rubbed you the wrong way.
They're going to put on a
it.
good match, but like the lead up to it is just not for me.
Yeah, it's interesting. And he was kind of like, I don't know. I didn't care for the promo because he was trying to keep it a secret, but it's clear like he was saying that he was going to fight him, even though it was like wait until the end to say it. Like, and like I said, like you want to fight him after all this time and he's not even 100%. And now you want to fight him. Like,
yeah,
I'm going to have to look up some Nigel McGuinness.
He's good. He was good. 15
whatever
years
his thing
ago,
is.
but,
Yeah.
I mean,
And he said he's going to come out to Oasis. That's his theme song. What Oasis song is it? Is it Wonderwall?
I
Probably
don't
not.
remember.
Champagne Supernova? I don't. I you know.
Baby.
I gotta know. I gotta look this up.
Google it.
Yeah, Google it. So that was Dynamite. That was All Out. Yeah. Lots of fun. Lots of stuff going on with AEW. Can't wait to see what's next. When will this takeover be? When will Shane O'Mac show up? When will Jon Moxley put a bag over somebody's head again? And when will Swerve return from that chair shot? When will Bryan Danielson return? Who knows? Maybe next week. But most importantly, when will MJF return? We'll see. Anyways, shout out to everybody in the IWC. Shout out to all the haters. We appreciate you watching the videos, giving us some comments and whatnot. Shout out to everybody else. We appreciate all the love and the support. If you've been watching the whole time, we really appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like button. That will help a lot. We're on the road to 1K. We're almost there. Yeah. Elbow drop that like button. Yeah.
Shout out Shaggy Too Dope.
Yeah. Shout out to ICP. Shout out to the Juggalos. You already know. Yeah. That's Pretty Deadly, Jesse. I'm Andrew. Kombat Jones. You've been listening to the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast. Peace.